If you want to make some fantasy picks on your favorite sports, check out Underdog Fantasy. It's all the rage, where you can choose higher or lower between 2 to 8 players, and you can win up to 325 times your entry. Use the code K100 at the Underdog Fantasy website, on the app, or at our personalized link, and you can receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash as well as a free pick. Underdog Fantasy offers a unique approach to fantasy sports, and it's a simple pick 'em style format. You can select players you believe will outperform expectations without the complexities of traditional daily fantasy sports. The user-friendly interface and growing community make it easy and fun to play, plus it's available in over 30 U.S. states. We will share our picks for you every week on K100 Sports. You can follow along or play against us. So use the code K100 at UnderdogFantasy.com on the app or at the link included in the show notes and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick. UnderdogFantasy.com. It's an underdog thing. Next is from Jim Lennon. Subject is Jimmy Lennon. This is a ring announcer. Has Okada always been like this? I think it's not many years since Okada debuted with AEW, and the only way to describe it is terrible. His matches aren't impressive, storylines are non-existent, and it even seems like the biggest AEW mega fans don't care about him. So my question is, has Okada always sucked and the IWC just overrated and overhyped him? Or is it just that Tony Khan has done such a bad job with Okada that he has, for lack of a better word, ruined Okada's reputation? P.S. I know that you guys don't take suggestions, but man, when you guys react to Meltzer Say What clips, it's just hilarious. Could you maybe make that a weekly segment? It's honestly solid gold. I don't think that there might be a couple good ones this week. I've looked. I don't think there's a good Meltzer Said What segment to play this week yet. I don't know, bro. I was never really overly impressed with Okada to begin with. I thought he was a good wrestler, but I didn't think this guy was like 6.5, 7-star match. Like this guy's work was so elevated above everybody else's. It's like I never saw that in the guy, and you watch him now, and it's like, he just looks not motivated, but it doesn't look that much different than his work before. He still does all the same moves.
No, it's way different. Come on.
Bro, it's not. He does the same moves.
No, bro. Over there, he did it with much more force, with more logic.
Well, I'm just saying, but okay, but it's still
and his
the
matches
same.
were great. Wait a minute. Let me finish. His matches were great. This lies on two people. Okada and Tony for not, hey, I'm paying you $4 million. Go out there and give me a great match. And him because he don't give being overpaid. He's got the title, and he's not going to risk injury. And that's basically what's going on. But that is not the same fighter I saw in Japan.
Well, it'd be like the equivalent of like taking let me give you a perfect example. Okay, it would have been bringing in Ric Flair back in the early '90s or whatever, bringing him into the WWE and having him fighting for the Intercontinental Championship.
Right.
That's what you did with Okada, basically.
This is what it would have been like. Otani, after the season he had in Japan, seasons coming to the U.S. and bombing.
Right. Yeah, I get yeah, exactly. But Okada hasn't been given any good creative.
No.
And he hasn't been put in.
He should be in there. He should be in there complaining, bro. You make me look like a comedy figure. You're, and it doesn't seem like he gives either.
Well, let's,
because I know I would be complaining whether you paid me $500,000 or $4 million. I'd be like, what is this? How's this helping me? How's this helping the company?
Well, maybe he just maybe he got double what he got paid in Japan, and he's just like,
probably, yeah. He's going like a lot of people told me that. Nobody makes waves because it's a cushy situation.
Yeah, you got over it. Well, that was part of the deal. It's like, okay, that's literally the thing now, right? If your deal is coming up at WWE and you can leave and you have value, right? You're sitting there saying, okay, am I going to re-sign with WWE or am I going to go make more money? But just like my career is going to be in the toilet this year. That's what the way everybody looks at it.
I don't know if this is a similar example or not, and I am by no way taking shots at Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when we were in Impact and we were in production meetings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dutch would be laying out everything that was going to happen on the show, and Cornette would ask a question, and then I would ask a question, and then Cornette would ask a question, and then one day Dutch just goes, "Hey guys, I want to remind you, there's 52 weeks in a year." And then when the meeting was over, me and Cornette were talking. I go, "So we're not going to do anything because it's 52 weeks a year? Every week you have to have something exciting, a cliffhanger, hot open." You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
But everybody was in a cushy situation.
Right.
Well, to me,
good point.
The thing about Okada is the same thing as almost like Omega, the Bucks, Ospreay. These are guys I used to see once a year because when I was a bigger fan and I wasn't watching WWE as much, I would watch, the January 4th Tokyo Dome show, and I'd see the big American stars in Japan once a year, and they'd blow me away. But now I got to see them 52 times a year or 30 or whatever.
Yeah, but they're not even wrestling the same.
Dude,
Right. And they're not, it's not as explosive because they knew that was the big show. Oh my God, everyone's watching the Tokyo Dome, right? Now it's, I'm on Rampage. What am I going to do? I'm on Collision. It's not the same.
Joe, do me a favor if you get a chance, if you have time, okay, for when we record tomorrow. If you could go back and find the show that Meltzer was on when I was on years ago.
Yep.
And I think I was bringing up the fact, okay, these guys are getting ready to go on American television. Kenny Omega and these guys. I go, let's see if they can do American TV.
Okay.
Because, bro, the thing about Japanese wrestling, okay, and for the American wrestling fan with Japanese wrestling, bro, nobody would watch that show on a weekly basis because the performers are speaking Japanese. So, like, you're not really into the angles. All you would do when you got a Japanese wrestling tape was look at the match and how they worked.
Right.
And a lot of guys kind of marked out for it. I did too. When I started wrestling and then I started collecting Japanese tapes, but that was it. You just watched just a match. I have no clue what the buildup was. I have no clue what the angle is. I have no clue. I just have a standalone wrestling match from two Japanese guys, and what they did. I know nothing else, right? Bro, now you're taking those guys and thinking that we could just do this here. It's like, no, here you got to cut promos, you got to do backstage segments, you got to sell, you got to do run-ins, you got to brawl sometimes, you got to do back, there's a lot of things you have to do. Bro, we brought guys in with zero experience doing American television. Ospreay and Okada had zero experience doing American television. Kenny Omega had zero experience doing American television. Now these guys were put in prominent positions. Like, dude, you went from being on top in Japan and having these banger matches, whatever, but now you're in the spot in America where, bro, you have to do like a 10-minute in-ring promo, okay, because of the spot you're in. And it's like, you got to do like, you got to do all these other things to sell people to watch your matches. And it's like, none of these guys are good at it at all, period. I'm sorry. That's what the data is showing. And that's what happens when you watch these guys perform. Bro, Kenny Omega has not had, like every week, you're compelled to hear what Punk has to say. When Drew comes out, there's anticipation. Oh, this is going to be a good segment because Drew's talking. This is going to be a good segment because Seth is talking. Sammy's interrupting Seth. This is going to be good. Cody's out there with Paul Heyman. This is going to be good talking. Bro, at no point when these guys come out in an AEW, with the exception maybe MJF, but even his shtick is getting, like, look what they're putting with. Yeah. You're not listening. They're saying, like, with hardly any. Bro, who's good at it? Swerve.
Yes.
Like, Swerve is going to probably cut a good promo, right? But these other guys, just like.
I'll tell you another guy.
Go ahead.
Cowboy.
Yeah, Adam Page. But
yeah.
Those guys were good because they were against each other,
right.
too, But, the verbiage with Ospreay and Kenny and these, it's not compelling, guys.
Well, I thought,
and unfortunately, that's a very important. It's like this. You're learning it's the most important thing. Your promos, because that gets people to watch the matches. If nobody's watching your 6-star match, you didn't do your job because you didn't cut a good promo. Period. And the angle wasn't good. And that's just it. So storytelling and promos, and then they're not that good at it. So.
Yeah, I think now it's very different. But when Kenny was heel champion and he had Don Callis as his manager, I thought those guys did great stuff pretty much weekly. And that includes Kenny, but he had Don to bounce off and Don.
You thought it was great stuff? I thought it was.
I really liked that combo. I did, yeah.
I don't know. Kenny seems uncomfortable on the mic to me for the first spot.
There was times.
So I'm saying, I thought, bro, I thought he should, like I'm saying, if they would have brought him in that cleaner character with the dark glasses, the leather jacket, and he's a man of a few words. Like when you look that good, look like that, he didn't have to really cut the long promos and stuff. But then he came in here and he's just like Kenny Omega, the guy, and he's I don't know, it's just I would have loved to have a chance to produce these guys and explain to them what they need to be doing,
right?
Because they're just not doing the things you need to do, So, any last comments on this, Konnan? Oh, he's stepped away.
No, I would like to say that Kenny actually cut some good promos in AAA, and he was very comfortable when he was cutting promos around Don because they're boys.
Mm-hmm.
But promos is not his strong point.
Right.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.